Welcome to Reset, Refocus, Reignite, Mastering Your Business in 2025. So, this session today is designed to help you approach the new year in your business with a fresh perspective, one rooted in building on what's already working, redefining your strategies, and creating a clear path moving forward. Together, we'll move beyond the pressure of starting over and focus on purposeful progress that aligns with your vision and your values. As we step into 2025, it's tempting to fall back into the mindset of needing to completely reinvent ourselves or our businesses. But here's the truth: success doesn't require starting over. In fact, it thrives on building on what you've already accomplished, learning from your challenges, and moving forward with intention. In this session, we'll take a step-by-step approach to the new year. You'll focus on your wins and lessons from 2024, set meaningful goals that align with your values, create a realistic action plan, and learn strategies to stay motivated throughout the year. This isn't about rushing through your to-do list. It's about creating a system that works for you. During our time together, I'll guide you through each piece of this process, including exercises to help you reflect and plan and anchor your actions. Once you've moved through the system today, you'll have the tools to revisit and go deeper at your own pace. You can rewatch the video and complete the exercises more in depth and continue refining your goals as the plan unfolds throughout the year. So let's get started. This time of year is often filled with so much energy and excitement, but also pressure. Pressure to completely overhaul our lives in the new year. But today we're going to do things a little bit differently. And thank you for being open to thinking differently. This is where change is born. Instead of focusing on what you need to change, we are going to celebrate what you've already accomplished and build up from there. Societal pressures tell us that it has to be a new year, new you type of situation. It's as if it's the only way to grow is by starting over, and that's simply not true. Meaningful growth doesn't require that you hit a reset button on your life or your goals. Today, we are going to focus on the idea of purposeful progress. This means building on the foundation you've already laid, refining what's working, and letting go of what doesn't serve you anymore. The new year pressure is usually all about overhauling everything at once, setting unattainable resolutions, and it often leaves us feeling defeated before we even start. Whereas purposeful progress, on the other hand, is about reflecting on your wins, refining your approach, and moving forward with clarity and confidence. To kick things off, I'd like for you to take a moment to reflect. This exercise is called Reflect and Release, and it is designed to help you let go of any unnecessary pressure and reconnect with progress. So use the printed worksheet or a blank sheet of paper. First, I want you to think about a goal or an expectation that you've been holding on to. So something that you feel compelled to achieve, but it doesn't truly serve you. Maybe it's a resolution you feel obligated to set every year but never follow through on. It could be a goal that feels like it's coming from an external pressure rather than your own desires. This will go under the heading Let Go. So here's an example of that. If you've been feeling pressure to post on Instagram 6 days a week because that's what all the social media experts say is how you're going to grow, how you're going to do all the things, and it's not bringing you joy or aligned with your needs, that's a goal to release. So pause the video and take a moment to write down any goals, any resolutions that you want to let go of. Now let's shift our focus to what's already working. Think about one accomplishment from 2024 that you are truly proud of. It could be something big like hitting a major milestone or something smaller like staying consistent with a habit. Write this down under the heading Build On. An example would be If you started posting consistently on your blog, if you have one last year or this year, and even if it wasn't perfect, it's still something to celebrate and continue refining. So take a minute or two, pause the video again, and write down some things in the build on column. Are you stuck with either side, not sure what to write? Here are a couple things to think about. Think about what felt like a burden this year. So that could be in the let go column. Think about what felt like a win. That can be in the build on column. So take a look at what you have written. Letting go of unnecessary pressure and focusing on your wins is a powerful shift in perspective. A huge part of business is mindset and how you view things. It allows you to move into the new year with confidence and clarity rather than overwhelm. Remember, progress is more valuable than perfection. With this mindset, let's move forward and talk about how we can build on your wins to create meaningful goals for 2025. So now that we've released unnecessary pressures, celebrated our wins, let's take a closer look at your accomplishments from 2024. It's important to remember that every success and every challenge from the past year has value. We often overlook challenges and lump them into the failure category, but everything has value when we look deep enough. Successes show us what is working, and challenges provide clarity on what needs adjustment. Next on your worksheet, we are going to look at the wins and lessons matrix. This simple little matrix helps you reflect on what worked and what didn't. This is different from the reflect and release, as there are things that you want to work on. These things go here. It's not about judgment or labeling things as a failure if it didn't quite work out. It's about learning and refining. So, in the first column on the left, the what worked. These might be strategies or habits or actions that led to positive outcomes, just things that worked well that aligned with the goals you were trying to accomplish. In the right column, things that didn't quite work out. So these might be areas you felt stuck in or projects that didn't go quite as planned. So write all the things that didn't quite work out for your goals that you still do want to accomplish in the didn't work column. So pause this video and come back when you have at least 3 things in each side. As you fill this out, think about specific actions or strategies. For example, was there a content format that really resonated with your audience? If you are a content creator, or maybe is there a routine that kept you productive? All of these things can be things that worked or things that didn't work, but we are going to build on those. So let's look at your completed matrix. What worked well gives you a foundation to build upon, and the lessons of what didn't work show you where you can adjust or try something new. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. With your wins and lessons matrix in hand, it's time to set some clear goals for 2025. These are not arbitrary resolutions. These are intentional goals that are aligned with your values and visions. SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This framework ensures that your goals are actionable and not overwhelming. Instead of saying, I want to grow my audience, a SMART goal would say, I will increase my email subscribers by 20% by June 2025 through lead magnets and collaborations. Think about the what worked column from your matrix. How can you expand on it in 2025? Using the SMART framework, write down one specific goal that aligns with your vision. I want you to take a minute to think about it and write down on your worksheet, what do you want to achieve? How will you measure your success? What's your timeline? Pause the video to complete those sections. A clear goal gives you direction and focus. When you write it down, it becomes a commitment. Now that we've set a SMART goal, it's time to bring that goal to life with a clear, actionable plan. And this is where we map out your journey. Think of your goal as a destination on a road trip. To get there, you need checkpoints along the way. The checkpoints, your quarterly milestones, help keep you on track and make the journey less overwhelming. Here's an example. Let's say you want to launch a digital product by September 2025. So your roadmap might look something like this. Q1, research and outline the product. Q2, develop the content. Q3, test and refine. And Q4, launch. On your worksheet or in your notes, write down your goal if you haven't done that. You worked through the steps. If you haven't written the full goal, write it out. Next, we're going to look at the 4 different quarters of the year. Think about the major milestones or the steps needed to achieve your goal and assign each one to a specific quarter. For example, if your goal is to grow your email list, it might look like this. Q1 might involve creating a lead magnet. Q2 might focus on promoting it through collaborations. Q3 could involve optimizing landing pages. Q4 might focus on analyzing results and refining your strategy. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a year-long goal. You can adjust your timeline as needed. We are just doing this for illustration purposes for a goal that would be a year's worth in length. So go ahead and pause the video and put your action steps into quarters. Let's map this out. With this roadmap, you now have a step-by-step guide to reach your goal. You're not just hoping for success, you're planning for it. Let's take our roadmap another step further by reverse engineering one of your quarterly milestones. This means breaking it down into smaller, actionable steps with specific time frames. So we are taking it from the top and drilling down and getting specific. By working backward, you can identify exactly what needs to happen and when. This approach is helpful because you avoid overwhelm and you ensure that every action is intentional. So choose one milestone from your roadmap. Easiest to probably start with quarter one, since that one is coming up first. So if quarter one was research and outline a product, let's see what our steps underneath that might be. It might include researching to identify your target audience. It could be analyzing competitors. It could be choosing your product's unique angle. Assign each of these steps a specific time frame. When do you need to complete each one to stay on track for your quarterly goal? So, for example, it could be identifying your target audience. We'd want to complete that by the end of January, week 2. The next one, analyzing competitors. We'd want to have that done by the end of January, week 4. So you kind of get the idea there. By reverse engineering, it turns big milestones into manageable tasks, giving you clarity and confidence as you move forward. So go ahead and take a few minutes and pause the video if you need to fill out that section of your worksheet. Even the best plans need fuel, which is motivation. Staying motivated throughout the year is key when following through on your roadmap. Here are a few of my favorite strategies for staying motivated. I want you to celebrate your small wins. Progress is made step by step. So celebrate those steps. If you finish a milestone early, reward yourself with something meaningful. Anchor your why. Your why is the heart of your goal. Write it down, keep it visible, and revisit it often, especially on tough days. Stay flexible. Life doesn't always go as planned, and that's okay. If you need to adjust your roadmap, it doesn't mean you failed. It just means that you are adapting and staying committed. Staying motivated isn't about being perfect every day. It's about consistently showing up even when it's hard. So to close, let's create something special and personal for the next year. Let's create a mantra for the year. This is a short, powerful phrase that inspires and motivates you. It's kind of like a mental reset button for when things get tough. Here are a couple examples. Consistent steps lead to big wins. Purpose over pressure. Progress, not perfection. So, on your worksheet, I want you to think about your mindset that you can carry into 2025. What words will keep you focused and inspired? Write those down on your worksheet. Keep it somewhere where you can see it often. Maybe you want to put it in your planner or your phone or even a post it note in your workspace. This will be a daily reminder of your strength and your purpose. So carry it with you as you step into this new exciting year. As we wrap up, I want to take a moment to talk about the next step in turning everything we worked on today into a daily action. So, setting goals is just the beginning. What truly matters is creating productive habits that keep you motivated and moving forward all year long. That's where my daily success framework comes in. It's designed to help you structure your days with clarity and intention so every task you tackle is aligned with your bigger goals. Inside of this, you'll find time blocking templates, priority setting prompts, motivational audio affirmations, and space for reflection and gratitude. Everything you need to build consistency and momentum. This framework is a perfect tool to help you stay on track and keep your focus sharp as you work toward your visions and goals in 2025. Depending on how you're viewing this video, you'll find the link below or I'll send it over in an email afterwards. Take a look and see how it can support you in making the most productive and impactful year yet. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish.